Hello everyone, my name is Taylor.
And I am Ray. And guess where we are? We're in a temple, yes. Yep, still in a temple. Still have at least one more temple to go to, aside from all the ones that Kain's gonna visit.
Where do we go between this temple and that next temple?
Well, there's a new place that we go to, but, then we go back to Vorador's mansion.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. But actually, it's kind of fun on the second time through. I say second time because we did a bunch of recording, and then the recording got corrupted, so we had to go back and redo everything.
Yeah, so basically we've seen all of this now.
In recent memory, too, because I actually played this game all the way through once before. But now our audience is spared precious minutes of watching Ray run in circles, yes? Yeah, there's like this section in the game where you have to jump out of a hole or down a hole, and for whatever reason I couldn't find the hole. It is not just a section, Ray. You ran in circles numerous times for probably, 30 minutes. Well, there was one point when I had to come out of Spectral Realm and they put the body behind a barrel. You can't even see it back there.
Anyway, point is, if it seems like at any point until the end of this entire series we have an uncanny sense of where everything is, it's because we already did it, and we already know where everything is.
Yeah, I wish that we had gotten this smoothly through things the first time through. Man, I think that in total we have 2 more hours of video recorded or something. But before it was 3 or 4 hours. Not that we know, because the recording got corrupted. Yeah, it actually just kind of stops recording.
On the bright side, you guys can think about this as getting the better take.
Depending on how funny you think it is to watch me run in a circle. Here Kain found more murals depicting the battle between the champion of the Hilden and the ancient vampires. It seemed they predicted that the ancient vampires would either win or get stabbed in the chest. Kain had once been told that predicting all possible outcomes of an event is not actually prophecy. Yes. But here the ancient vampires vindicated Kain's strategy, for a broken clock is right twice a day, but a clock that simply says, "It is time," is never wrong. That is a beautiful slice of wisdom, Peyton.
Now, does the clock tell you that it's time in different ways? Is there different levels of urgency?
No, wait, yes. Because there's different levels of time. Sometimes it's nap time, and other times it is time. When it's just time, that is the most worrying and profound of all times.
Well, does that mean nothing is happening, and that's really rare? Or does that mean something really big is happening?
It could mean either. That's where it's scary.
So, it's like an alarm that goes off when either something is really wrong or when absolutely nothing is wrong.
Both of which, very unsettling times. I dislike being told when nap time is. That's a lot of pressure. What if I can't go to bed? Yes. I think when nothing is going on, that's like the cosmic rubber band is winding up, and as soon as the universe lets go, it's gonna slap you in your face, so you should worry.
Well, in that case, wouldn't the blinker just say, "It's time," until after you get slapped in the face?
Yeah. I mean, by that logic, it's always just a warning. Also, I feel like it's unfair for someone to impose upon me when I have to eat. Yes, if I want to skip lunch or breakfast, I'll do so. Peyton, I feel like when it's time, that doesn't mean you have to do something, right? That just means that it's the best possible time. Yeah, but then if I don't do it, it's like I've missed out on the best time for this thing, yes, and then why do it at all?
I feel like we're overanalyzing this. When you first proposed this, I assumed that the clock just had a sticky note on it that said, "It's time."
Well, yes, Taylor. And then you put me on this spot like, oh, what does the clock do? And I answered you. Man, these statues, aside from plot progression, you really get nothing out of them. The fact that we fast forward through these things saves us, minutes upon minutes.
I noticed that nothing in this game is really too hard to get through. You haven't been killed by anything yet, right?
Not that I remember. I think that I've successfully gotten through everything on one try.
So we've got kind of a weird mix of messages right now, don't we? Because the game's not really trying to test your reflexes or make itself a compelling battle game, but it is making you do a lot of battles.
Yeah, it's kind of like padding things out. I don't know, the previous games were sort of more puzzle-based, you had to move a lot of blocks around, and that was the main core of it. But this game feels like it's trying to get through the story, so it's reusing a lot of assets and then just kind of filling up those assets with stuff to slow you down. Kinda makes you miss the old golden death eyeballs from the last game, yes. It really does. And when I was younger and I played through this, I remember having feelings of very intense boredom, I think around this section of the game. Because it was just man, I've seen this already, and there's nothing here. That's not true, yes. Kain is here. Yeah, but he's been here pretty much every section of the game. Kain is the biggest thing anywhere, yes. Wherever Kain goes, it's a Kain.
Is a Kain kind of like a party?
No? What kind of parties do you go to? Yes, everywhere Kain goes, everyone dies. You can't have a party by yourself, Taylor.
So it's more like a massacre.
Yes, but a very gleeful one. Well, it's got a very profound sense of emptiness afterward. Same as every party, Ray, yes. Kain now held keys to open doors, yes. I wonder if anyone's gonna get that reference. See, there was this old video game where you had to play as like a wizard or a warrior or whatever, and you had to get keys. And whenever you walked up to a door, it would say, use keys to open doors.
No, Ray, I don't think anyone but you and Peyton are gonna get that reference.
No, because there was like this comic called Toothpaste for Dinner or something that had, they joked about it. Yeah, back in the day, everyone knew that game, and by everyone, we just mean the people who played it, yes. Yeah, actually, I didn't even play it very much. It was my brother's game, yes.
Which brother?
What do you mean, which brother? You don't know my brothers, yes?
Sure, but for the sake of conversation, which brother? Tell me about this brother.
No, I'm not going to talk about my
What?
brothers.
Wait, oh, come on, why?
No reason,
Why?
because I don't want to talk about my brothers.
Is it because you're embarrassed about them?
No? Well, one kind of, yes, but the other's like, one I respect too much. I don't want to drag him through the mud by mentioning him on our show, yes. The other is, like, he doesn't talk to us, so I don't talk to him, yes.
Well, tell me about the one that embarrasses you.
No,
Come on.
no, he does drugs, and I don't want to talk about him, yes.
Oh. I thought he was embarrassing for, I don't know, like fun Thanksgiving type reasons.
No, it's really not very fun. I don't want to talk about him because it's not fun.
Okay, well, never mind. I'm sorry then.
I got a family member who's got, like, fun Thanksgiving stuff.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
So, I got this uncle, and he lives in, like, a city that's got a lot of gorillas in it, right? And he's all like, oh, man, the gorillas are ruining Walmart.
Oh, good. I love to hear that.
I knew you would. No, I don't know, like, you never hear that kind of thing like, oh, man, you know, those gorillas, they figured out this really exploitative marketing strategy, and now there's this macroscopic change to Walmart. It's always just like, oh, it's too many gorillas at Walmart.
Well, if he was that into the real science and politics, he would probably have a name of a CEO or someone that he was angry at.
You guys are fat, yes.
Thank you, Peyton. I really appreciate your input.
Based on this mural, Kain's ancestors apparently didn't like being vampires, yes. Kain didn't know what's up with that, it's pretty great.
Kain!
What?
I am the great penny fountain of your ancestors.
You mean the wealthy family that Kain descended from, yes?
No, not them, the other ones.
We do not discuss my grandmother's side of the family.
No, the vampires, Kain.
Oh. They're not really family, yes.
Silence! I mean, if you have a penny, I could tell your future.
Well, Kain does not have a penny, so he will be moving along, yes?
No, wait. You want to know where Raziel is, yes?
Yes?
You see, I knew that because I'm the future-telling penny fountain.
How did you know Kain was going to ask that if Kain was going to leave and not ask that question?
Because I saw the future that I was going to detain you and tell you that answer.
Oh, yes. That is the same form of future powers that Kain possesses.
So, the thing is, Raziel is 500 years in the future.
Why did the ancient vampires need you if they had the time-streaming guardian? Yes.
Kain, please remain focused. Raziel is 500 years in the future. You need to get to him.
Okay, fine. Kain understands, but he is the immortal vampire. He owns time machines. Time is not of concern. He will go and deal with it when Kain pleases.
Well, you don't have to do it when you please, because I could send you there right now to show you how valuable I am as a penny fountain.
We're literally worth pennies.
No, time-traveling, fortune-telling penny fountain. It's different than pennies.
It sounds dangerous.
What is this? No, there's nothing dangerous about a penny fountain. I'm completely innocuous.
Everything is dangerous, yes.
No, okay, listen. Look, I'm going to make a portal. Just step into the water and you'll be transported through time.
Vampire weak to water here, not going to work, yes.
Okay, I'll turn it into a storm of electricity, which you just dive right into.
Still not improved, yes.
Okay, well, what other alternatives do you have, then?
Basically all of them, like Kain just told you, yes.
Okay, but you have to do work for the other ones. What are the alternatives to laziness?
Kain concedes that there are none, yes.
See? So, there's no recourse but to trust each other.
What do you get out of this?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Well, Kain would like to do things the lazy way. Okay, yes, Kain has no other choice.
What other choice do we have?
Kain asks, knowing full well that the previous game had to do with time travel as a major concept. Look, Kain would have to go all the way home, and the Seraphins are where the time streaming device is, and he would have to stab them all again. Do you guys want more backtracking? Yes? No? I'm just saying, in the original dialogue, he does explicitly say, what other choice do I have? Knowing that there are obviously a lot of other choices.
Weren't there a bunch of time streaming devices in the swamp and a dozen other places in the previous game?
Yeah, And Kain was following Raziel along, so he should probably know about those.
I just think it's kind of funny how Kain seems a little bit omniscient in the game that features only on Raziel. But as soon as you get to control Kain, it's kind of like he doesn't know where anything is.
It was all just Kain posturing and being vague.
Kain could see the city of Avernus inflamed. Presumably there was Raziel, seeking the Heart of Darkness. For ominous reasons that would not need to be explained, Kain must stop Raziel. Yes.
I believe the reason that Kain had to stop this from happening was because it led to the events of Blood Omen 2, which was not a well-received game.
Didn't everything work out for Kain in that game, though? I mean, he was the hero, so he probably wins in the end.
Well, yeah, sure. But still, not a very well-received game. Kain would prefer to avoid it. The city of Avernus was in chaos, and somewhere in this cathedral lay the Heart of Darkness. Reflecting on the destruction, it occurred to me how frequently everyone being dead led to me not getting the answers that I sought. I wondered if killing everyone here would lead to the same sort of conundrum, but then I realized I had few other qualifications.
Raziel is also qualified to push blocks, yes, and to solve temple puzzles.
Now that you mention it, everybody in the game kinda is dead, aren't they? I mean, like, that's why there are only a couple of people of any consequence.
Yeah, Janos being dead is a big deal. I mean, like, Kain kills everyone that he runs into in his first game. Everybody dies.
I still don't understand why Kain hasn't gone back to talk to the ancient race yet.
Yeah, he apparently understands how the time streaming devices work, because he set the one that you used in Soul Reaver 2.
Yeah.
My guess is that Kain just doesn't want to be bothered with what his ancestors think. Like, Kain's got his own plans.
Well, but he's so obsessed with being the Balance Guardian, and what that role means. I mean, why not just go back and ask the people who created the concept of Balance Guardian?
Kain is a modern Balance Guardian. He lives in a modern era where being Balance Guardian means something different, yes.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, maybe Kain's really worried that if he went back, they'd tell him, like, oh, well, did you try sacrificing yourself to the pillars? And Kain would say no. And they'd say, well, you have to go back and do that.
Yeah, see, modern Balance Guardian has modern needs.
Well, he would just get their opinion and then I guess not do it, because he already didn't care about what the rest of the world thinks.
Yeah, but the ancient vampires are like the progenitors of vampires. Surely they would be stronger than Kain. I mean, I guess.
They're also really sad and mopey and apparently suicidal.
You see, that is exactly the kind of people who would tell Kain, well, have you tried killing yourself, yes?
Yeah, I guess the ancient race did kill themselves a lot to solve their various problems.
It's like, thanks, great ancestors, I am looking for the non-suicide option, yes. Your people clearly chose the path.
Yeah, you know, that's not really good, is it, though? Because it sort of implies that Kain's on a doomed legacy from the start, because the ancient race could not really not be doomed.
I think it's better to solve all the problems first, then go back in time to the ancient race and rub their noses in how dumb they are, yes.
Here in this ruin, I found a symbol I recognized. It was the symbol of the religion of the Elder Squid. I should have realized this was the case from the start, but I remain just so profoundly disappointed.
I don't think that finding out your god is a giant squid would actually turn a lot of people off. I feel like they just start making squid statues.
Yeah, faith is really kind of more about community and stuff like that. Laying out rules and groundwork for how to live.
Yeah, the religion of the squid must have offered them something. Stability, counseling, I don't know.
Delicious deep-fried food, yes.
I think if your god was a squid, you might, like, decide not to eat squids.
I'd personally decide not to eat squid anyway. They're kind of creepy.
That is my favorite part about them, yes.
I like the restaurants where you can still see the squid heads, yes?
Hey, stop trekking spirit mud all over our gorgeous temple.
So, what did they really say?
All praise the giant squid.
Is that it?
Yes, they never say anything useful. These are some of the only ancient race people we can talk to. They are dead, but we just don't put them to use in any kind of meaningful way.
We use them to power up the Reaver, yes.
Well, yes, we use the ancient Pillar Guardians as a battery to charge up our sword so we can stab people. I mean, some of the people will be other members of the ancient race.
Well, they all deserve it, yes. They wanted to be dead. Raziel killing them sends them on to the Elder Squid, who they love and worship.
Oh, I just had a thought. What if Kain can't visit the ancient race because that would make a time paradox, and they say history abhors a time paradox, which would expel Kain from time, and Kain doesn't want that?
I mean, I don't know, I guess that makes sense. I don't know if I fully understand the rules of a paradox, but that's because time travel gets pretty trippy.
Well, you can't change time without two Reavers, yes. So Kain cannot make the time paradox unless he has two Reavers with him.
Okay, well see, this is what I mean. I don't know, like, I guess he could go back and it wouldn't make a time paradox unless he had two Reavers. but there would be another Reaver in the past. Anyway, so these two Guardians, they basically do nothing. One of them speeds up time, I guess, quote unquote, but mostly it just makes the screen rate go faster or slower, I guess, I don't know. And then the other guy just throws energy balls. So, we'll just fast forward right through all this. So that being done, I guess here's a good place to stop for now. Thanks for playing with us, everybody. And remember, it's gotten pretty much impossible to make a living or pull in any revenue on YouTube. There's just demonetizations and hurdles in the way every step of the way. So if you really like what we do and you want to keep seeing it regularly, you can help us out by supporting us on Patreon. So that's that. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.